Hello everyone and welcome back to This Is Real Life. I'm your host Sheri, and on today's Real Life Friday video, we're doing a little just because you can doesn't mean you should. And we are going to react to Halloween DIYs from our friends at Home Talk. You know how I love them. They're like, if 5-minute crafts were to try to be legitimate, you would have Home Talk. I just opened up their YouTube channel and we're gonna look through some of their holiday DIYs. And we're gonna see, should we make it or should we not? Okay, so let's get started. I just went to the YouTubes and typed in Home Talk Halloween, and tons of videos came up. I mean, going back like years and years and years. But I did come across one that was from 12 days ago, and it is titled, "Everyone Will Be Buying Walmart Pumpkin Pails When They See This." All right. I have a Walmart near me. Let's see if I will be running over there to buy some Halloween pumpkin pails.
Pumpkin pails are in. I'm gonna need a bunch of these. I'm gonna need some pool noodles.
Ooh, you know what? I didn't see. How much were those pumpkin pails? $1.98.
I'm gonna need some pool noodles, some orange, black, and purple. But I'm gonna start with these little pumpkins.
But wait a gosh darn minute. You said that we would all be running out to the Walmart to purchase their $1.98 Halloween pumpkin pails, but yet you bought some pumpkins off of Amazon. And that's what I don't like. That's my biggest gripe. It's like, I know these are compilation videos and they're doing more than one DIY, but you tricked me, you clickbaited me, because I thought we were only going to need Halloween pails from the Walmart, and now you're telling me I have to also go onto the Amazons and purchase their little pails? I just don't think it's right. That's all I'm saying. I just don't think it's right.
Erroneous! Erroneous!
But they don't fit right over the bulb.
We know what he's doing.
Just cut a little slit, 4 of them, right on the
lights.
90 degrees to each other.
We know.
What it does is allow me to sneak it up over the bulb.
We knew this was happening. It didn't take a brain surgeon.
Because that way it can clip right onto the clip of the light. And I can put these all up and down the string lights. Now watch this. Whenever the lights come on, oh, look at that. Super awesome, and they're glowing.
I mean, it is cute. I'm not gonna lie. It's
I
cute.
need to get some pumpkins that I grabbed from Walmart.
Walmart pumpkins.
And the black ones.
Okay.
Also, I'm gonna need some pool noodles. So I'm gonna take those with the serrated knife, and they cut real easy. The next is purple. I'm gonna make this a longer one and use the first
I don't even know what he's doing, but I don't like it.
until I get all the noodles cut up that I need. Then I'm gonna have a bunch of them all in a row. I'm gonna have my orange, purple, and my blacks.
He didn't even cut them straight. Some of them are at an angle.
I'm gonna get 2 holes drilled so I can put a cord through them. Once I get,
I don't know what he's doing.
now you're gonna need a long one. It's gonna be at least 20 feet. I'm gonna pull it through. Next, I'm gonna put the pool noodles together. You wanna make a random type of noodle, or you can make it to where it's always the same. I went ahead and went with it.
He's not making like a giant garland for outside of his house with pool noodles and pumpkin pails, is he? Because that's what it's looking like to me, and I don't like it. But let's see, maybe I'm wrong.
Now each pumpkin is separated about 4 feet. I'm gonna go with the orange, then the black, and then back to orange again. Once I got all of those done, it's gonna be time to hang it, and I can use the bucket handles to hang it after I put some hooks up on the front of the house. And there they are. And
He's making No, guys, no. Okay, so I was right. He did make a giant Halloween garland for out front of his house, which is fine. Okay, fine. If that's what you want to do, awesome, great, love it. But why wouldn't you do it with a little bit more precision? Like, what's happening right here? Why is there no pool noodle right here? I mean, you had a shit ton of pool noodles. What's with this big gap? And then also too, like he said, around 4 feet apart. Well, why is this pumpkin over here so high compared to this pumpkin right here and this pumpkin right here? Like, why would you, if you were gonna take the time and spend the money, because let's say you spend $20. He probably spent more because I'm sure it's longer than what is shown here. And then he took the time to do it. And then he didn't even execute it nicely. Like, it looked, not to bully kindergarten children, but this looks like something your kindergarten teacher would have the classroom make for the Halloween party. And he's seriously made it for the front of his house and is teaching us how to do it. No, thank you. I think we'll pass on this one. No, thank you. No. Okay, but let's continue.
Filled a large pot with water and poured in half the box of borax. I stirred frequently and heated it until the borax was completely dissolved. The water was near a boil at this point and it was clear. I placed a skull that we had collected from the forest into the water and...
Okay, well, please hold. Wait a gosh darn minute. I put in a skull that we found in the forest? Really? That's what she said, guys.
I placed a skull that we had collected from the forest into the water.
She did. She said, I placed in a skull that we collected from the forest. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm not going to be collecting skulls from the forest. It's just not going to happen. First of all, was she lucky enough to find the skull fully decomposed with no animal parts on it, no fur, no nothing? Was it just that pristine skull just sitting in a meadow in the forest where she was able to pick it up and take it home? Or did she literally find like roadkill and then bring that home and then clean it? Because either one of those options I'm not doing. But I don't know, maybe I'll have to. Maybe it is, she's gonna make the spookiest Halloween thing ever and I am gonna need to make it, and then I'm gonna somehow have to procure a animal skull. Okay, let's see what she does.
And positioned it so it was fully submerged. I removed from the heat and let it sit untouched. After 18 hours, I pulled the skull out and it created this...
Okay, I'm sorry, I can't get past that that's a real animal skull, number one. And she put it in that pot of borax boiling water for 18 hours. I can't imagine that the smell in her kitchen was very good.
Spookiest crystallized skull, perfect for Halloween decor. To clean the pot, I reheated it until the borax was fully dissolved again and then drained it. I hope this inspired you to create your own spooky...
Okay, does that really happen when you boil borax in boiling water and then put something in it? Could you put in, I know a plastic skull would melt in boiling water, but would it? That's crazy. If that is the effect, I wonder, what could we do that on? Something not meltable, but definitely not a real skull. Okay, like let's say those two candlesticks next to her. Would those crystals form on something like that? Could we go get Dollar Tree like glass or metal something or other and then put it in a pot of borax that with boiling water and let it sit there for 18 hours? Would we get that same effect? Or does it only work when you put like real bones in it? I don't know. Does anybody know? Let me know in the comments below. I am super curious. Because the effect is kind of amazing. It reminds me of Bill Nye the Science Guy. He taught me when I was a little kid via the television. I didn't know him personally, but how to make rock candy. You like hung a string in a jar with a bunch of sugar and water, and then over a million of hours, the sugar crystals like attracted to the string, and then you pulled it out and there was rock candy. I wonder if that's like this. Someone let me know in the comments below because I'm super curious.
I picked up these skeletons
moving on
from Dollar Tree.
Oh, I saw those.
Just cut it right at the first knuckle there. Once you cut out that knuckle, the finger will bend right up. Just take some hot glue, put it in there, hold it in place for about 10 seconds, and it'll stay right there.
Oh, that's a cute idea, because I will tell you right now, those skull hands from the Dollar Tree are not very awesome. They're super flat and they almost look like a catcher's mitt. They're just super flat, kind of puffy, like there's no movement. It's just like a flat hand. So cutting it on the inside of the knuckle and then repositioning it does make it look a little bit more realistic. So that's kind of a cool idea. I don't mind that.
Next, what I did was I grabbed one of these fairy lights from Dollar Tree. But what I need is the battery pack and the lights themselves. Unscrew the light bulb, pull the fairy light out. This little battery pack just pops right out with your thumb. And all I need to do is get rid of that base there.
But, okay, why would you go through all of that trouble? Because doesn't Dollar Tree already sell a thing of fairy lights? Didn't I buy a bunch of those little fairy lights for the Halloween dollhouse last year? Why would you buy such a cute thing just to destroy it when probably if you just turned your head, there's the fairy lights right there. I'm just saying, work smarter, not harder.
This candle I also got from Dollar Tree, and I want to put the fairy lights inside. Go ahead and cut that square out on all 4 sides. Just when I can't think I can get spooky enough, I grab a red crayon and a little lighter and let that drip.
I mean, that's cute. Okay.
With the board.
I don't know what he's doing with the board, but okay, maybe this isn't gonna be as bad as I thought. Like last times, just because you can doesn't mean you should, was horrible. But so far in this video, I don't mind, because those plastic Dollar Tree candles, I don't understand why he needed to put lights inside of it. It's already a battery operated candle that's gonna do that wick glow thing. But taking a red crayon and dripping red wax to make it look all spooky and bloody, that was a cool idea. I might actually steal that idea. That was a cool one. I don't know why he has fence boards out right now, but I might know. Do you guys want me to guess and spoil the surprise? I think, I could be wrong, but I feel like he's gonna have the hands hold the candle and then the hands are gonna be coming out from those wood boards. I could be wrong, and if I'm wrong, my idea that I just came up with, maybe we should do it because it sounds pretty cool in my head.
I'm going to use some brad nails to put that together. It's going to hold these boards together, and then I'll cut off the ends just to make them square. Next, it's time to paint it. Then I'm going to add just a tiny bit of gray. I need to put some nails and screws through there. Once the screw's sticking out,
They're the hands.
just place that on the screw and start twisting. You want to make sure all the hands are facing the same way. Go ahead and grab some of that hot glue again, put it right on top.
Candle.
Last but not least, let's put a little Velcro on the bottom of that candle. That way we can remove the candle and change the batteries if they run out of it.
Okay. Not gonna lie, I kind of like it. I kind of like it. I kind of want to do it better. I definitely want to do it better, but with the same things. Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay, you could do 2 and we could make wall sconces, like on either side of our front door entry, you know, so to welcome the trick-or-treaters, maybe on the fireplace, either side. And if you don't have any scrap wood, you know the Dollar Tree sells the, don't make me put this on the list. Where is a pen and paper? I might recreate this. I know the whole theme of this video was supposed to be like the dumbest DIYs we've ever seen in our lives, who's doing it. But actually, this one is starting to spark my creativity. I kind of want to do it. Should we do it? If you want me to do this, but with my take and maybe a little bit better, let me know in the comments below. I will totally do this for Halloween. I would actually love to do this for Halloween. So yeah, I gotta go back to the Dollar Tree because I didn't buy any of those.
It's time to clean out those milk jugs. First thing we're going to do after cleaning it out is mark the handle and the lid on the top because we want to cut those out. Next thing I had to do was order a resin skull, something that will take a bunch of heat.
Okay, well, first of all, I just have a feeling that a resin skull might be pretty expensive. I don't know. It's just off the top of my head. That's definitely not a plastic skull from the Dollar Tree. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'll try to stay quiet. We'll see.
Go ahead and grab you some 2-part epoxy. Just place the glue once it's all mixed all the way around. Then grab the skull and you're going to place it on top. Hold it on there for about 4 to 5 minutes and it's going to be solid. Take that cut out milk jug and we're going to place it right over. Let's grab that heat gun.
What is he doing?
We want to start forming it around the skull. What we want to do is poke it right there and we're going to push the eyes in. Not too hard though. We don't want to rip them out.
Is he making his own skulls? Like he's using the expensive resin skull as like the template and then he wants a bunch of them, so he's making his own out of milk jugs? I mean, the Dollar Tree sells plastic skulls for $1.25. My brain is just thinking like, is he making multiples of these? And if so, how many multiples? And how long is this taking? This is not a quick DIY. I don't understand why you would go through all of this unless the end result is so fucking amazing that you had to take all of these steps, but I doubt that's the case.
It's ready. Go ahead and go up the back of the skull with some scissors.
Oh yeah, because you can't get it off.
Seal up the back. We just got to grab that heat gun again, just on the bottom tabs, push it in place. Once it's formed, make...
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry, but all of that trouble, did you see the end result? No, it didn't even look like a skull to me. Unless he's gonna paint it, I don't know. Right now, The answer is no. He needs to change my mind. The answer is no right now.
All the milk jugs you want, and we're gonna start painting them, and it's gonna make a wonderful display. Stack these skulls up after we get some.
No, no, no. You guys all know we could do this with a plastic skull that we purchased from the Dollar Tree for $1.25. We could cut the bottoms, cut the jaw, and why would you even want to cut the jaw? Just leave them and then just hot glue them, stack them all together. And it's not even, honestly, it's not even that cute. This one right here, that doesn't look like a skull at all. You know what it looks like? It looks like the mask, like Leatherface used, where it's just all like, no. The answer is no.
No way.
No. And this is the perfect example of just because you can doesn't mean you should. There's such an easier way to go about achieving something like this, and you don't have to spend $1 million to do it. He bought a resin skull and then took the lower jaw off and then had to drink 3 gallons of milk in order to make this. And it's not even cute or spooky. It's not good. Moving on.
We're going to start this project with 5 skulls from the dollar store.
See, he could have bought those.
And make a circle at the top of the skull. And you're going to take that out. Then we're going to take an assortment of colors, starting with the cream color first. So we're going to paint each one of the skulls. Next, we're going to seal the skulls. And I used a Mod Podge sealer. Spray a thin coat of the sealer on each skull.
There is a part of me that thinks that she is going to make something that I got inspired into making this year that I saw at the Michaels, and it is like a skull like plant thing. I am not a fan of brightly colored Halloween, like the pastels and the oranges and the pinks and the yellows. Fine, whatever. Everybody has their own style of decor. You could use whatever colors you want for Halloween. There's no rule. But I have a feeling that's what she's doing. And so I can't bag on it because I want to do it this year too. So let's see.
Now we're going to take some faux flowers or some different pieces that you find, and we're going to add those in the top of the skull. I have to say, this turned out super.
Oh, no. No, 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 no. Okay, I want to make them, but the ones that I am inspired by look like this, and they do not look like that. Don't you worry, guys. If you're looking forward to the next DIYs and me mentioning that I wanted to make like a skull planter, if you think they're gonna turn out like that, no, don't you worry, they're not. They're gonna turn out way cuter. She didn't even put any time into putting the pics or faux flowers or whatever the hell. She took what could have been a very cute DIY that people would probably want to do and turned it into something I can't imagine anybody would want to do, to be quite honest.
A great alternative if you don't want spooky Halloween decorations.
The nerve. But in case you wanted completely hideous Halloween decorations, make this.
You're gonna need 2 laundry baskets.
Okay, 2 laundry baskets. I think I've seen this one 1,000,000 times. She's gonna make a cage thing.
Solely black spray paint. Next, you're gonna need a skeleton and place them inside.
Okay, that skeleton is probably pretty expensive because I was looking for skeletons this year. Dollar Tree doesn't have them that big, and on sale from the Joann's, they were upwards of $20, and that was half off. I knew she was gonna do this because I've seen it 1,000,000 times. She's making a cage for the skeleton to be in there. It's like a prisoner. Then she's gonna probably get some plastic chain and then hang that, and it's gonna be on her front porch. We all know. Let's see.
And we're gonna take the other basket and place
Zip
it
tie it,
on
probably.
top. For this guy, what I've decided to use is hot glue. So I purchased some Halloween chain garland that we're gonna use to help hang him.
$4.99 I think was the price.
So for this next version, you're gonna need 2 dollar store trash cans and a skeleton from Dollar Tree. And I'm gonna place the 2 trash cans on top of each other. I'll be using black paracord to adhere her together. Here they are hanging in our yard, and I'm so thrilled with how they turned out.
Okay, not hideous. I think the one that's made out of the laundry baskets looks a little bit more real. The idea is cute. I don't like the trash can one. This one looks more like, yes, this is a prisoner and he's died in here and those are his bones and he's been hanging there for 80 million years. It's not horrible, but I think it could have been executed just a tiny bit better. I won't be making them, but I don't think they're like hideous. And nor are they the spookiest new DIYs. I know this video is a year old, but I've seen about 8,000 million different versions of this, like since forever.
So I found a container that would fit right down inside. When I have my plaster of Paris completely stirred, I can go ahead and stick into it my piece of PVC. About 15 minutes, it is ready to go. I got a collection of skulls.
She's gonna make a skull topiary. I kind of want to do that.
Push these in just a little bit and slide them right down over and all the way down. And we're just gonna feed our skulls right onto that PVC post. I'm just going to add Spanish moss to give it that real creepy feel. And we're gonna wrap it around and tuck it in. And now right in by that I'm gonna stick some hands. And now our decoration is all ready. And here is our skull topiary.
The skull topiary on its own is okay, fine. Like I was kind of trying to think like, how could I do that and make it look a little bit cuter? She really took it down a level by adding the hands at the base. I don't even think the moss around the skulls needed to be there. She could have done less and it would have looked a little bit better in my opinion, but that's not bad. Maybe. I'm not in love with it. I don't think I would waste my time making it, but it's kind of cute, I think. It was just fine. Okay, I think we have time for one more. Trending new Halloween DIYs we're so excited to try. Trending.
That's hot. That's hot. That's hot. That's hot. That's hot. That's hot.
Okay, let's see what's trending, guys.
You're going to need a bunch of grapevine. So I began taking apart my tomato cage.
I'm sorry. Just go out in the yard and just rip it out from your neighbors.
Taking apart my tomato cage, so I cut off the bottom hoop and I'm going to zip tie the tomato cage to the wire wreath form. Then I'm going to take my natural grapevine and I'm going to begin by wrapping it in a circle around the base of the wreath form.
Is she making a witch's hat?
For my base, I wanted the brim to be a little bit wider, so I added more grapevine down at the bottom. I finished it off with some wire fairy lights, just wrapping it all around. And here it is on my porch, ready for fall and Halloween, a quirky, natural looking witch hat that also lights up at night.
No. Let's go back to the daylight picture. There is no way that anyone would know that that was supposed to be a witch's hat.
Not a chance.
That just looks like a cone of grapevines. No.
Grab your hot glue gun and start dripping it all.
Oh, I love me a toilet paper roll DIY. Let's go. This one's trending.
Off the top and just keep going all the way around
Handles.
each one. And I got these at the dollar store. So you're gonna grab your hot glue again and just start dripping it on the inside. Then we're gonna grab some black spray paint, let those dry, and then we're gonna drop in each tea light. And you have some spooky, super easy.
No, for so many reasons. You can see the ridge in the toilet paper roll, which takes away from the illusion of it being an actual candle. I've seen a million people make something like this out of a pool noodle, and as much as I hated that, it's 10 times better than what this looks like. Just buy the fake battery lit pillow. I mean, I've got them. I've got them all over the house. Buy those from the Dollar Tree. They're already made. You don't have to save up toilet paper rolls. You don't have to waste hot glue dripping wax down it. You don't have to waste paint. You are already at the Dollar Tree buying the battery operated tea light. Just buy the battery operated pillar candle. It would look 10 times better. This one made me angry, I'm sorry. Also too, why would you do this? Why wouldn't you put this edge flush with this edge? You already crammed a bunch of hot glue on the inside to hold it. That's all I'm saying.
Going to need some plastic tablecloth, pumpkin pails, and some tomato cages, and some lights.
What is the deal with tomato cages?
Side down. With the part that sticks into the ground, I'm going to pull them all in together. Next,
I already know, guys.
place it upside down onto all of the prongs. Next, I'll be using a round plastic tablecloth from Dollar Tree. So now I need to make some eyes, and I'm going to be using some gaffer's tape here, and I've made a template out of a piece of paper. Here are all 3 ghosts lined up for the trick-or-treaters.
Oh my Lord, love a duck. no. If you wanted to do that, okay, first of all, those plastic table covers are so see-through, you've taken away the illusion altogether, because when the lights are on underneath, you're gonna be able to see the tomato cage and the colorful pumpkins that you used as a head. Why wouldn't you? I mean, if we wanted to do this, we could get a styrofoam round so it was white, and then also just get some white sheets and cut them up so that they're not as see-through as a plastic tablecloth. Unless, okay, maybe the goal here is none of what they're making, they're expecting you to save and use year after year. Maybe this is like a one and done Halloween situation, which is not for me, because everything I wanna make for Halloween, I wanna save and put it out again next year and put it out again next year. I would not be, no. Just because you can take a tomato cage, turn it upside down, put a plastic pumpkin on the top, and then cover it in a white plastic tablecloth doesn't mean you should. Moving on.
Store and grab yourself like a little dollar platter. Grab a little bit of acrylic paint, mix it with a little bit of water, just start dabbing it on there. Go ahead and grab a napkin, and then you're going to start actually removing any excess. Let's go to our candle. So I went with a battery operated.
Okay.
Here what we're going to do is we're going to use the flame.
That blood idea, I like it.
Candle, just let it drip on the back of the platter that is dry. Put a hook on the back. So just a little bit of hot glue, flip your platter over, grab another skeleton hand. I had to cut the back off because I need a lot of flat area. Put it on there and just hold it till it dries. Once this dries, we're gonna put our candle on it.
Yeah. So he took his board idea and then stole my wall sconce idea. I have a hard time believing that the hot glue on that metal is holding that hook there. I also have a hard time believing that hot glue alone is holding the skeleton hand with the weight of the candle. I mean, for Pete's sakes, I was just trying to glue a plastic candle to a plastic skull hand, and I could just barely tap it and it would come apart. I like that as an idea, but I think his past idea of using like a wood plaque and then like a screw to like screw the hand onto is more secure and probably won't fall apart within 3 minutes of you hanging it on your wall. It is a cool idea. I do like it.
So the first thing I need to do is remove the label from both sides. And I'm gonna remove the lid. Next, I have some plastic spiders and I'm just gonna slide them into the soap. Place the lid back on top. I'm gonna start by placing the skeleton. I'm going to take some cotton balls and fluff them around him.
No.
There we go. I'm using one of those bud vases you can find at the dollar store. I have cut out a shape of a moth. Cut a piece of fishing line. I purchased some candle holders at the thrift store, and now I'm going to place my bowl on top upside down. I'm gonna add this color changing LED light. I've got a
Which looks like the bowl was placed upside down. And is she just jumping? Like, first one is put spiders in soap, done. Second one is put a skeleton with a bunch of cotton balls into a thing and make it look like he's in a bathtub, done. Or is this all gonna come together at the end somehow? Because the title says trending new Halloween DIYs. No, none of those are trending.
a battery operated votive. Place the wax over the...
Okay, props for the melted crayon. See,
And I hope this inspires you to create...
okay, wait a damn minute. Could you imagine going over to her house for dinner or just a visit, whatever, and then you're like, oh, excuse me, I have to go to the restroom. And you walk in and you're like, wait, first of all, just to go pee, I have to move this skeleton off of the toilet. I have to rip the toilet paper out of his skeleton hand. And now I need to wash my hands, but I can't because there's a fucking skeleton in a cauldron with cotton balls in it. I get it, it's your bathroom theme, but have the skeleton sitting on the edge of the tub. I don't know. This seems ridiculous. If I was a guest at her house and needed to go to the bathroom and I walked in and saw this, I would be like, well, looks like I'm going down to the gas station. Please don't do this. This is dumb.
We're using these cute little black cauldrons. You can get them at Dollar Tree. We are going to be taking our sanding block and we are going to sand down the edges of our little cauldron, doing the same thing to our paper towel holder. And what I'm going to do is we're going to essentially be creating a handle. We are going to take some yarn, I'm just making a knot here. I'm going to go around and you're just essentially going to wrap it. We are going to take our 2 painted paper towel holders and we are going to take the dowel that we covered and we are going to be attaching it to our paper towel holders with some wire, sliding the dowel out from one side, and I'm going to be placing my cauldrons on the dowel. So I'm going to be covering up the wire and I'm going to cover both sides. I hope you feel inspired.
No. Is she out of her mind right now? That is, just because you can doesn't mean you should. Did she literally just... That looks bad. And what is the damn point? If you want to have the candies out, just put those little cauldrons on the counter. Why are they dangling from a dowel that's been covered in electrical tape? Absolutely not. No. Did you hear her? Listen to the words that are coming out of her mouth.
I hope you feel inspired to try this cute witch's cauldron candy holder.
No. Okay, I know I said that was going to be the last one and Editor John's probably going to kill me, but I saw this and I have to know why everyone's freaking out over his genius pool noodle walkway idea. I'll try to go fast, but I want to know why everybody's freaking out. So
For this next Halloween project, go ahead and run over to Dollar Tree and grab a lot of pool noodles. First thing we're going to do is take a nice sharp...
I like that he says a lot of pool noodles, but he doesn't say how many a lot is.
But don't cut straight down. You want to go to the side. What we're going to try to do is cut out a wedge.
Okay.
Take some saran wrap, bunch it around that edge. You're going to pull those 2 ends together to make a point.
Okay.
Don't get too much heat on there though. All we want to do is like shrink wrap it.
Is he making like thorns?
This is going to give this branch
like vines?
Like it's got a little thorn in it. Let's take it outside and give it a base coat. I went ahead and went with black. This is what's going to be the base of my arch. Put that in both sides of the sidewalk, and then I'm going to take 1-inch PVC pipe and cut it to size. But the 1-inch PVC pipe goes right inside the 1 1/4, and it makes it great and strong. In the beginning, I know it's going to be a little discouraging thinking, how can I cover all the pipe? Don't worry about that. Keep applying them anywhere and everywhere that it looks good to you. I had about 15 pool noodles that I made, and I just have branches and thorns all over them.
Where he's going is not like horrible, hideous, but if you're concerned about covering the PVC pipe, just buy 4 or 5 extra pool noodles and shove the PVC pipe in them, paint them black, and then they're covered up. I don't get it. I mean, it's not looking great, but I'm trying to make sense of it and see if you really wanted to do this, could you make it look good? I don't know.
Any PVC pipe that's showing, go ahead and paint it black. Then it's time to two-tone. Grab some brown.
Because the two-tone's gonna take it to the next level.
You can almost looks like a real branch with the saran wrap and the paint. But last but not least, let's go ahead and skulls and give it a lobotomy. Zip tie it. Add a little color to it also with the black, and look at that. This arch turned out amazing.
No, it did not. It did not turn out amazing at all. I'm sorry to have to be the one to tell you. That is bad news, bears. That does not look good at all, and that cost you $8 million in pool noodles and spray paint. You could just use actual sticks. Go trim a tree, and then you could get that for free. Yeah, no. Well, there you have it, and there it is. Another round of Just Because You Can Doesn't Mean You Should, brought to us by Home Talk. Not really. They don't know I'm doing this at all. They would probably not like it. But you know what? To be honest, the gentleman that does the DIYs, his are actually quite nice. It's these ladies that are just like throwing shit together and hot gluing it and like, yeah, it's not awesome. But I did see a couple that I did like, I'm not gonna lie. The guy with the candle with the wax, with the hand on the sconces. I think we should probably make those this year. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. And that said, if you like this video, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel. Be sure to ring that notification bell so that you are alerted to all of the Real Life Friday videos I push out, which is every other Friday at 5:30 Pacific Standard Time. Make sure you share this video with your family and friends. And as always, thanks for hanging out.
Not this time. No.